Pete Gluzek, Bass University TV on the water. I want to talk to you today about pre-spawn conditions, pre-spawn locations, pre-spawn techniques, things that are going to help you identify where you're going to start finding those fish, how you're going to catch them when the water starts warming, because man, it's warming right now. Just coming out of the winter, water temperature in the 40s, but seeing the first warming condition right now. But I want to talk to you about the tools and the tackle that I use to get after fish in the pre-spawn. Now, when the water temperature is still cold, I see some of the other guys are out here trying to fish now with us too. But when we're dealing with cold water conditions, I'm talking about temperatures in the 30s. Now, some of you may never see that where you live, but when we have ice out conditions, we see water temperature in the upper 30s, low 40s. And that condition is really challenging, really tricky. And this little blade bait right here is one of the best ways to get around fishing in that condition right there. And that's a little blade bait, Silver Buddy. I think this is an XPS lure. But when the water temperature is cold, really, really cold, these tools are amazing at triggering strikes. When the water's cold and the water temperature is falling, when you get those cold fronts in the spring, tough to beat. Now, what else is really, really good in that cold water, I'm talking about in the 40s, and most everybody's going to see that condition at some point, is our suspending jerk baits. This is a shadow wrap. This bait slightly sinks. Extremely effective in cold water and cold water where the temperature's dropping. When you're in that springtime condition, when the fish are starting to pull up, getting ready to stage, getting ready to spawn, these tools are the ones you're going to use to catch them under that condition. Or there are suspending jerk baits. Now, so those are our cold water techniques. Now, as you get a little bit deeper into the spring, and this happens fast, right? Once it starts warming, boom, the whole world starts to explode, starts to come alive. And once we get out of that extreme cold situation, start moving into the world of the crankbait and the square bill. This is a Rapala square bill. This is a storm wiggle wart, goes a little deeper. These are excellent pre-spawn crankbaits. They live in that zone down to about 8 to 10 feet for this one, down to about 4 or 5 feet for the square bill. And that's where a lot of fish are going to position themselves in the pre-spawn scenarios. So I start really liking to get into the crankbaits. The Rapala DT series is another excellent pre-spawn candidate. This DT6, of course, it won the Classic not a few years back on Gunnersville. The red colors, those red crawls, amazing when we're coming into that.
Welcome to Bass University TV, an online video training course where you'll learn champion bass fishing techniques from pro anglers Pete Gluzek, Mike Iaconelli, and their talented special guests. From on the water to in the classroom, you'll learn sound techniques and strong fundamental bass fishing skills. Watch hours of video content on multiple topics at your own pace for a low monthly fee. Cancel at any time. Information is power in the sport of fishing, so learn from the very best. Subscribe to Bass University TV today.